Good morning, students. Yesterday, we had discussed page 140 of Act 4 of The Tempest, and today we will discuss the explanation of page 142. The main objectives of this session are: you will be able to understand the meanings of the difficult words, references used in the text, and the explanation of the dialogues. Students, so far you have read a masque was presented by Ariel and the other spirits in honor of the betrothal ceremony of Ferdinand and Miranda. Today we will read as the masque was going on, all of a sudden Prospero reminds of the conspiracy of Caliban against his life. He compliments the spirits on their performance and dismisses them. Now let's read and discuss page 142. But before proceeding with the explanation, let's discuss the word meanings of this page. Now mark the difficult words and write their meanings. First word is distempered. Meaning is angry. Next is in a moved sort. Meaning is in a troubled state. Next is dismayed. Meaning is shocked. Next, revels. Meaning is merrymaking. Next is foretold. Meaning is told before. Next is melted. Meaning is vanished. Now let's discuss the explanation. Miranda, never till this day saw I him touched with anger, so distempered. Now here the moment Prospero reminds of the conspiracy of Caliban with his confederates against his life, he dismisses masque, and seeing this, Ferdinand tells Miranda that there is something happened that has upset her father. Now at this, Miranda says that he has never been angry and upset as he is now. Now Prospero says to Ferdinand, "You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into thin air." Now here Prospero, seeing Ferdinand confused, says that you look like something is bothering you. So he asks Ferdinand to cheer up, as our revels now are ended, as the merrymaking or music and dance spectacle is over. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into thin air. These are actors. These actors were all spirits, as I foretold you, as I have already told you. These are all spirits, and those spirits are now vanished into air. All those spirits are melted into thin air. Now let us read the gist of the text. Ferdinand tells Miranda that her father is angry and upset for some reason. Then Miranda tells him that she had also never seen her father angry and upset. Then Prospero asks Ferdinand that he looks like something's bothering him. So he tells him to cheer up, and also states that his music and dance spectacle is over, and all these actors were all spirits and they have all melted into thin air. Let's discuss cross questions related to these dialogues. So first cross question is, what does Miranda say to Ferdinand about Prospero? So students, the answer to this cross question is, Miranda says to Ferdinand about Prospero that she had never seen her father angry and upset till now. Next question is, why is Ferdinand in a moved sort? Ferdinand is in a moved sort as the mask or merrymaking is ended suddenly. Next question, according to Prospero, what has come to an end? According to Prospero, revels or music or dance spectacle has come to an end. Next question is, why does Prospero abruptly end the revels? Prospero abruptly ends the revels because he suddenly remembers about the conspiracy hatched by Caliban and his co-conspirators. Now, who are Caliban's co-conspirators? Yes, Stefano and Trinculo are Caliban's co-conspirators. Now next is, what does Prospero say to Ferdinand about the revels? Prospero tells Ferdinand that all the actors are all spirits and they all have melted into thin air. Now let's move further. Let's discuss the word meanings of the next dialogues. First word is baseless fabric of this vision. Meaning is unreal vision. Next word is capped. Meaning is topped. Next is globe. Means world. Next is inherit. Means possess. Next is dissolve. Means vanish. Insubstantial means unreal. Next is pageant means procession or show. Next is rack meaning is trace. Now let's discuss the same dialogue. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yeah, all which it inherit shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. Now here Prospero continues and says, just like the whole empty and ungrounded vision, like the baseless fabric of this vision means, just like the whole empty and ungrounded vision means the sights which are not found in reality, they have seen with its cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, even the great globe. Great globe means the world itself. Yes, all which it inherit. Inherit means possess. And everyone living in it shall dissolve. It will vanish. Just like this illusionary show or procession has dissolved, leaving not even a wisp of cloud behind. Now children, let us discuss the gist of the text. Prospero philosophizes the event and says that all the spirits have vanished, just like the whole empty and ungrounded vision he had seen, with its towers topped with clouds, its gorgeous palaces, solemn temples, the world itself, and everyone living in it, which will dissolve just as this illusory show has dissolved, leaving not even a wisp of cloud behind. Now, let us discuss the cross questions related to this dialogue. The first question is, how does Prospero philosophize the event? Prospero tells that or the vision conjured up by his magic has vanished away, leaving no trace behind. He philosophically adds that it is something baseless and unsubstantial, a mere dream. So are the solid world and man's busy life. He says that the sky kissing towers, splendid palaces, holy temples, the world itself, and all the creatures live in it will too fade away, leaving no trace behind them. He further adds that man prides itself on these works, but the pity of it is that all things will pass away and melt into thin air, leaving not so much a trace as film of vapor behind. In it. Next question is, in what way was the vision unreal? The vision was unreal because as soon as the mask got over, all the spirits, towers, temples, and palaces vanished. Now, let us discuss word meanings. Rounded with a sleep, ended with a sleep. Next is vexed, disturbed, old, weak on account of old age. Next is infirmity, means illness or weakness. Next is pleased, means like. Next is retire, means enter. Next is repose, means rest. Next is beating mind, means restless mind or disturbed mind. Now, Prospero says actually he was just philosophizing this event, and he says, we are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. So, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind. Now children, let us discuss the explanation. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Now here we, figure of speech is metaphor. As we humans are compared to immateriality of a dream. So, Prospero explains to Ferdinand that the whole show was an illusion. We, human beings, are as unreal as dreams, and our brief existence is followed by death, which puts an end to our existence. So, I am vexed. Now, further he says to Ferdinand that he is disturbed. Bear with my weakness. So, they have to bear with his illness. My old brain is troubled, as his Prospero's old brain is disturbed. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. So, be patient with his illness or weakness. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. So, next he further says that if they like, they can rest a while in his cell. A turn or two I will walk to still my beating mind. So he also says that he will go for a short walk to calm down his agitated state of mind. Now, the gist of this text is Prospero continues that they are all made of dreams and their life stretches from sleep before birth to sleep after death. He also tells Ferdinand and Miranda that he is upset. So he requests to put up with his weakness as his old brain is restless and troubled. He also tells them that they can rest a while in his cell as he will go for a short walk to calm down his restless or agitated mind. Let us discuss the cross questions related to this dialogue. First question is, according to Prospero, how are we made up of? According to Prospero, we are made up of dreams and our life stretches from sleep before birth to sleep after death. Next question is, Sir, I am vexed. Why does Prospero say so? Prospero says so because he is in an agitated mood. Means he is very restless. And why is he restless? Because he is reminded of Caliban's evil conspiracy. Next is, what does Prospero tell Ferdinand and Miranda about his mood? Prospero tells Ferdinand and Miranda that he is upset and they have to put up with this infirmity or weakness. Next question. How does Prospero want to calm his restless mind? Prospero wants to go for a short walk to calm down his restless or feverish mind. Now let's discuss next dialogues. Ferdinand, Miranda, we wish your peace. Exeunt Ferdinand and Miranda. Now, after listening to Prospero, Ferdinand and Miranda, both of them say, we wish your peace. Means that they wish his peace of mind. Now, after speaking this, they exit. Prospero, come with the thought, I thank thee, Ariel, come. Now here, Prospero talks to Ariel and orders him, come with the thought. With the thought means as quick as a thought. So Prospero orders Ariel to come as quick as a thought. I thank thee, Ariel, come. So come as soon as possible. Let us discuss gist of the text. Ferdinand and Miranda hope that he, Prospero, feels better and finds some peace. Then Ferdinand and Miranda exit. Prospero tells Ariel to come as quick as a thought. Let's discuss cross questions. What do Ferdinand and Miranda hope? Ferdinand and Miranda hope that her father feels better and finds some peace. Next is, what does Prospero order Ariel? Prospero orders Ariel to come as quick as a thought, and moreover he thanks Ariel and tells him to come fast. Now let's move further, and first we discuss the word meanings of the next dialogues. Word is cleave. Meaning is follow loyally. Next is pleasure. Means wish. Next, a means yes. Next, presented means represented. Next, wallets means rascals. Now let's continue with the explanation of the next dialogue. Now, when Prospero tells Ariel or orders Ariel to come, then Ariel says, thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure? Now Ariel says that I always follow you. I always obey your orders. What's thy pleasure? So, what do you wish? What is your order? What do you want? Prospero says, Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban. Spirit is Ariel. Then Prospero tells Ariel that they should prepare to meet with Caliban. At this, Ariel says, my commander, when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee. Now at this Ariel says, yes, he is ready. When he presented Ceres' show, he wanted to tell about Caliban to him, but he was afraid he might upset or angry him. So at this, Prospero says, say again, where didst thou leave these wallets? Now at this, Prospero says that, tell me again, where had you left those rascals? Now let us discuss, children, gist of the text. On being asked by Ariel what Prospero's wish is, Prospero tells him to get ready to meet with Caliban. Then Ariel tells him that when he was putting on the Ceres show, he thought of reminding him about Caliban, but he didn't want to upset him. Now here, children, actually Ariel himself played the role of Ceres in the mask. Then Prospero asks Ariel where he had left those rascals. Let us discuss cross questions. First question is, what does Prospero tell Ariel? Prospero tells Ariel that they have to get ready to meet with Caliban. Next question is, what does Ariel want to remind Prospero? Ariel wants to remind Prospero about Caliban and his conspiracy. Next is, why does Ariel not remind Prospero about Caliban? Ariel does not remind Prospero about Caliban at that time because he does not want to upset him. Next is, what does Prospero ask Ariel about Caliban and his confederates? Prospero asks Ariel about Caliban and his confederates where he had left those confederates. Next is, let us discuss the word meanings. Red hot with the drinking means intoxicated. Next is, valor means courage. Next is, smote the air means struck the air. Next, beat the ground means stamp the ground. Next, project means plan. Next, tabor means a small hand drum. Next is, unbacked colts means unmounted young horses. Next is, pricked means erected. Next is, advanced means lifted. Next, smelt meaning is heard. Now let us discuss the explanation of the next dialogue. At this, Ariel tells him, I told you so. They were red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing off their feet, yet always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tabor, at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt music. Now let us discuss the explanation of this dialogue. Ariel, I told you so. They were red hot with the drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing off their feet, yet always bending towards their project. Now here, Ariel replies Prospero that he had already told him that they refers to children Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo, that they were totally drunk, so puffed up with courage that they were getting angry at the air for blowing in their faces and beating the ground for touching their feet. Yet even when they were drunk, they kept their plan firmly in mind. Then I beat my tabor. Then what did Ariel do? Ariel beat his tabor, at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt music. Then Ariel beat his tabor, at which point they erected up their ears and opened their eyes, looking around for the source of his music. Let us discuss gist of the text. On being asked about Caliban and his confederates by Prospero, Ariel informs him that they were totally drunk, so puffed up with courage that they were getting angry at the air for blowing in their faces and beating the ground for touching their feet. Yet even when they were drunk, they kept their plan firmly in mind. Then he, Ariel, beat his drum, at which point they erected their ears and opened their eyes, looking around for the source of his music. What did those three conspirators do when they heard the music? Those three conspirators erected up their ears and opened their eyes, looking around for the source of his music. Now let's move further. Let us discuss word meanings, children. First is charmed, means put a spell. Lowing, sound. Briars, furzes, gross, thorns. All these are thorny bushes. Next, frail means weak. Shins, lower part of legs. Filthy mantled, covered with scum. Now, scum means a layer of dirt on the surface of a liquid. Overstunk means more stinking. Let's move further. So I charmed their ears, that calf-like they my lowing followed, through toothed briars, sharp furzes, pricking grass, and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell, there dancing up to the chins, that the foul lake overstunk their feet. Now, here, Ariel told Prospero that he put a spell on those conspirators. They were enchanted thoroughly, like calves following their mothers who called to them. Through thorn bushes and prickly shrubs that tore up their shins. In the end, what did he do? At last, I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. Now, at the end, what did Ariel do? Where had he left them? In the end, Ariel left them standing in the smelly pond behind Prospero's cell, with the stinking water covering them up to their chins. Now let's discuss gist of the text. Ariel again continues that he put a spell on their ears so thoroughly that they followed him through thorn bushes and prickly shrubs that tore up their shins. In the end, they followed him through thorn bushes and prickly shrubs that tore up their shins. In the end, he left them standing in the smelly pond behind his cell with the stinking water covering them up to their chins. Now students, let's discuss cross questions. First is, what did Ariel see Caliban and his associates do? Ariel saw Caliban and his associates them getting angry at the air for blowing in their faces and beating the ground for touching their feet. Next question. Where did Ariel lead the three men to? Ariel led the three men through thorn bushes and prickly shrubs. Next is, where did Ariel leave Caliban and his co-conspirators? Co-conspirators here refer to Caliban, Stephano and Trinculo. Now, so where did Ariel leave Caliban and his co-conspirators? Ariel left Caliban and his co-conspirators into the stinking pool behind Prospero's cell. Now children, with this, our discussion of this page ends up. So, your homework for the day is solve extract 8 from the Tempest workbook and plan page 144 of the Tempest textbook. Thank you.